6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Zahra Sikandar. First, the headlines. Pakistan has categorically rejected Indian announcement to hold the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance. National Security Committee, with Prime Minister in chair, today expressed resolve that Pakistan will continue to support right to self-determination of Kashmiri people. All trade with India, including to and from any third country through Pakistan, has been suspended. Finance Minister has appreciated China for its strong backing of Pakistan's economic reforms and development. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, complete shutdown will be observed tomorrow against controversial Waqf Amendment Bill. And in Pakistan, Super League Lahore Qalandars will take on Peshawar Zilmay in Lahore tonight. Now the news in detail. Pakistan has categorically rejected Indian announcement to hold the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance. This was announced at a meeting of the National Security Committee held in Islamabad today with Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif in the chair. The participants discussed the national security environment and the regional situation, particularly in the wake of Pahalgam attack in Anantnag district of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The committee observed that Indus Waters Treaty is a binding international agreement brokered by the World Bank and contains no provision for unilateral suspension. Water is a vital national interest of Pakistan, a lifeline for its 240 million people, and its availability will be safeguarded at all costs. Any attempt to stop or divert the flow of water belonging to Pakistan as per the Indus Water Treaty and the usurpation of the rights of lower riparian will be considered as an act of war and responded with full force across the complete spectrum of national power. The forum decided that Pakistan shall close down the Waqf border post with immediate effect. Those who have crossed with valid endorsements may return through route immediately, but not later than 30th April 2025. The National Security Committee said Pakistan declares the Indian Defence, Naval and Air Advisors in Islamabad persona non grata. They are directed to leave Pakistan immediately but not later than 30 April 2025. These posts in the Indian High Commission are deemed annulled. Support staff of these advisors are also directed to return to India. The strength of Indian High Commission in Islamabad will be reduced to 30 diplomats and staff members with effect from 30th April 2025. The committee further decided that Pakistan's airspace will be closed with immediate effect for all Indian-owned or Indian-operated airlines. All trade with India, including to and from any third country through Pakistan, is suspended forthwith. The National Security Committee underscored that Pakistan and its armed forces remain fully capable and prepared to defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity against any misadventure, as clearly demonstrated by its mayor, again yet resolute response to India's reckless incursion in February 2019. Expressing concern over the loss of tourist lives, the committee reviewed the Indian mayors announced yesterday and termed them unilateral, unjust, politically motivated, extremely irresponsible, and devoid of legal merit. The forum observed that Kashmir remains an unresolved dispute between Pakistan and India as recognized through multiple United Nations resolutions. Pakistan will continue to support the right of self-determination of the Kashmiri people. The committee said India's worn-out narrative of victimhood cannot obfuscate its own culpability in fomenting terrorism on Pakistan's soil, nor it can distract attention from its systematic and state-sponsored oppression and human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Deputy Prime Minister Mohammad Isagdar held a telephonic conversation with the Foreign Minister of Uzbekistan, Sedov Bakhtiyor. The Deputy Prime Minister shared with him his recent discussions in Kabul regarding the Uzbekistan-Afghanistan-Pakistan railway line project. Isagdar expressed the hope that the three countries would soon sign the framework agreement for this important regional connectivity project. The two leaders also discussed strengthening bilateral economic and trade connectivity, promoting people-to-people ties, and exchange views on current regional and international issues. This is Radio Pakistan. Minister for Finance Mohammad Aurangzeb has expressed gratitude to China for its unwavering support for socio-economic development of Pakistan. He was talking to Finance Minister of China, Lan Fuan, on the sidelines of the IMF World Bank spring meetings in Washington. The minister thanked the Chinese government for its strong backing of Pakistan's economic reform program, supported by the extended fund facility of the International Monetary Fund. He briefed the Chinese side on the key reforms being undertaken in the area of taxation, energy, privatization, public finance, and state-owned enterprises. The finance minister also provided an update on the status of the PANA bond and requested the support of the People's Bank of China to fast-track the issuance process. The finance minister also held a meeting with the President, Global Policy and Advocacy of the Gates Foundation, Ms. Gregory Ghosh, in Washington. Talking to her, the minister appreciated the Gates Foundation's continued support for Pakistan's polio eradication efforts. He also thanked Gates Foundation for its support into maternal and child health and nutrition initiatives, family planning services, and vaccine delivery and immunization programs in Pakistan. He lauded the Foundation's collaboration with the Federal Board of Revenue in digitalization of tax system. The two sides also discussed integration of Buna and RAS payment platforms to promote seamless regional payments. The minister also extended an invitation for the participation in the upcoming awareness event to be held next month for the launch of Pakistan's National Hepatitis C Elimination Program. Pakistan's economy is expected to grow by 2.7% in the current fiscal year as compared to 2.5% in the previous year. According to World Bank's latest Pakistan Development Update, the real GDP growth will be supported by recovering private consumption and investment driven by subdued inflation, lower interest rates, and recovering business confidence. This edition of the Pakistan Development Update also underscores the need for structural reforms to unlock opportunities of private capital mobilization for improving Pakistan's digital infrastructure and enabling environment for the digital economy. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, complete shutdown will be observed tomorrow against controversial Waqf Amendment Act. In a statement in Srinagar, APHC spokesperson Abdul Rashid Minhas said Waqf Act is an anti-Muslim move and a direct assault on political, religious, and social identity of Kashmiris and Indian Muslims. The APHC spokesperson said Kashmir's struggle for freedom is indigenous, which seeks exercise of the United Nations pledge plebiscite acknowledged by India itself. He urged the United Nations to send a fact-finding team to probe all gruesome massacres in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and the attack on tourists in Pahalgam. Meanwhile, occupation forces have launched a massive crackdown operation across Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir in the garb of Pahalgam drama and arrested over 1,500 innocent Kashmiris during the ongoing house raids. According to Kashmir Media Service, inmates reported threats, intimidation, and harassment by Indian forces personnel. Indian Army troops and paramilitary and SOG personnel made the arrests during house raids in different areas of Srinagar, Islamabad, Kulgam, Pulwama, Shoppian, Gandarbal, and Budgam districts. Similar operations were conducted in Jammu districts. A big operation was also launched in Dadu, Basant Garg area of the Udhampur district. Israeli forces in their relentless attacks have martyred 45 more Palestinians and injured more than 100 in besieged Gaza. 20 Palestinians, including 2 children, were martyred by Israeli military strikes on a sheltered tent today. In the occupied West Bank, a 12-year-old boy who was shot and martyred by Israeli soldiers, Israeli settlers shot 5 Palestinians and set fire to farmland and buildings in the village of Berdala in the West Bank. Russia has decided to allow the Taliban authorities in Afghanistan to have an ambassador in Moscow. In a statement, Russian Foreign Ministry said representatives of the Afghan leadership have been informed about Moscow's decision. In the 14th match of Pakistan's Super League, Lahore Qalandars will take on Peshawar Zalmay in Lahore tonight. The match will start at 8 p.m. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very hot in southern parts during the next 12 hours. However, partly cloudy weather with light rain, thunderstorm, may occur at isolated places in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. And with this, we come to the end of the news for the moment. For more news and analysis, visit our website, radio.ue.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.